If you've ever heard about Marie Forleo, then you probably know that she's one of the most effective, most successful online entrepreneurs out there, mainly because she's able to connect with the very core of her audience at an emotional level. So she understands their pains, fears, hopes, and dreams, and as a result, she's built a business that generates tens of millions of dollars in revenue. And the major part of this success is her awesome copywriting. And after this video, you're going to know exactly how a sales page is able to generate millions and millions of dollars, how it's constructed, and how you can create something similar in your business as well. Keep watching. All right, so before we jump right into the sales page itself, I want to take a quick second to let you know that if you're new here, then make sure to subscribe because I'll be releasing a lot of videos about copywriting, conversion rate optimization, and basically starting and growing an online business. So if you're interested in these types of things, then you'll get a lot of value from subscribing. Secondly, before we get into the nitty-gritty itself, I want to take a quick second to explain what sales pages are, how they relate to your funnel, and why they're such a huge asset if you want to make sales online. So in a nutshell, basically, a sales page is a dedicated page which is aimed to sell a product or service, and it's specifically engineered to be as convincing as possible so that people make the click, so that they take an action. So contrary to some beliefs, sales pages aren't just random pages written out. They aren't creative writing, they aren't SEO copywriting, they're conversion copywriting. And what this means is that in order to create a sales page, you really have to know your target audience, your product, your business, and the whole conversion process. So basically how you turn someone from a cold lead even to a hot subscriber. So as you can imagine, this isn't easy, especially nowadays when people are skeptical, when they don't want to buy your stuff online. There's a lot of friction here, and sales pages are still able to convert a lot of people because they're so damn effective. However, as you might imagine, they're also extremely hard to write and to craft, and a lot of top copywriters, and I'm not kidding on this one, charge around $10,000 to $25,000 plus royalties for one sales page. So a sales page like this one costs, I would say, at least $20,000 because it has a lot of work under the hood, but it's able to do the heavy lifting, and the ROI on this sales page is huge. It's several tens of X's, if not hundreds of X's. But do know that sales pages in themselves aren't always able to sell an online course, especially a high-priced online course such as this one, because people still need warming up to. So that is why the concept of launches has been developed, and even Marie Forleo does launches. And what this means is that people don't see this first page just like that. They need time so that they're introduced to Marie's brand, so that they're more familiar and they developed some trust towards her. And the way they do this is that first they subscribe to some free lead magnet, then they get a bunch of emails and valuable content without asking anything to buy. And then once they're more warmed up, once they've seen that Marie can deliver and they can identify with her, and this is very important but overlooked, people start believing in themselves as well. So Marie's whole brand is about self-empowerment, especially towards women, especially towards ambitious women who want to create an online business. So she empowers them, and then at strategic points during the year, she opens up enrollment to the course, and this course is called the Copy Cure, and it's all about copywriting itself because Marie is a really good copywriter. So once enrollment is open, then people have the opportunity to purchase this course, but only for around a week, and then it closes and they won't get the opportunity for like half a year or something. So there's real urgency and scarcity here. So with that being said, let's jump into the sales page itself. Now, as you can see, this is a really well-designed sales page, and it's long. Like, check it out. If I scroll down, all down, it's really, really long, and that is why it's called a long-form sales page. Now, the copy itself is one thing, but notice the structure of it as well. It has all these colors which are very congruent with Marie's brand. It has graphical elements that always break up the monotony of text. It has clearly visible call to action buttons. It has very feminine colors because why? Because most of her audience are ambitious women who want to basically create a new life for themselves, who want to empower themselves to create an online business. And as you can see, this color scheme, all the testimonials, mostly women, it's really well done, and it connects with the situation, the current situation of her target audience. And this is the most important part. Before we dive into any tactics or whatnot, the aim of a sales page or in anything that sells is to take someone from their current situation and give them a guiding light so that they can get to their ideal situation. This is always the case, and it doesn't matter if you're selling someone something through phone or through workshops or any way. A sales page is basically also just like that. It's your online salesperson in print, or in basically digital form in this case. But it still moves readers from their doubts, from their current painful situations to their ideal situations, and they need that extra help because otherwise they would procrastinate. And that's why a sales page uses so many persuasion triggers and so many psychological elements which are all aimed at creating this conversion, at coaching this conversion context. So if we jump back to the start, let's see how the sales page is structured. First of all, we have, it's not visible right now, but as I scroll down, it's visible. There's an urgency, immediate urgency highlighted here. Why? Because today is actually the last day that they can purchase this. And this is really well done. And this is real urgency because once people visit this page 2 days from now, it's not going to be available anymore. It's going to be basically a VIP sign-up page where people can sign up for the next launch, but they won't be able to purchase anymore. And people know this, and that's why they take it seriously. So why is this needed? Because basically decisions are hard and people are natural procrastinators. So you got to give people a reason to make the decision, otherwise they won't. Now, it has a button which, if I click, it's going to jump right to the pricing table element here. It doesn't go to the checkout, but goes to the pricing table element, and I'll explain why this is done like this in a minute. So if we go back, as any sales page or as any good example of copy, you have the headline here. And this headline shows again how important customer research is and how important knowing the voice of your customers is. And Marie is a really expert in this. She really, really knows what her audience wants, and she gives it to them in an unfiltered form, which isn't sleazy, which isn't overly selling, because let's face it, people don't like that. And her brand is all about authenticity. So she's authentic here as well. And by framing the headline in this way, it immediately creates a desire in people who are reading it. So check it out. People stop me on the street to thank me for my blog posts. This is aimed for people, for content marketers, basically, who want to share a message with the world, who want to get out and basically share with people what they love and also earn money in the process as well. And we know that they want this lifestyle of bloggers, of copywriters, of content marketers who are financially independent, who are not tied to the 9-to-5, who can travel, and who are also fulfilled because they're doing something they love. And this headline really highlights this as well. Now, after the headline, we have another sub-headline, and this is a formula as well. This is one of the most well-known headline formulas. Give us a few hours and we'll have you writing copy that opens both hearts and wallets. So basically, give us a few measurable time and we'll give you something that people really want. And this, even though it's really old, it still works really well. And in fact, if you want to learn headlines such as this one, then I have a whole video about writing high converting headlines. You'll find the link to it above this video. And also you'll find the link in the description section, which takes you to a post where you can download 39 proven awesome headline formulas for free. So check it out if you're interested in it. So after these headlines, there's an immediate call to action here, a get started button, which again takes people to the pricing table. Now, I'm sure that by this time you noticed that there's something which always comes up here. And this is called a social proof plugin. For example, Proof does this. And the main idea here is that as people read this page, and as they are scrolling through it, they're going to have these pop-ups, and this just reinforces people that yes, this is something that's popular. Yes, this is something that people are actually buying. So it's not a scam at all. Because even if they like Marie, even if they've consumed her free content, they're still going to be on the fence. And by having these social proof elements all throughout the page, people will get that little subtle nudge that yes, okay, you should buy this. It's a little bit of peer pressure, but not in an aggressive way, okay? So it's just that extra something that people need. And as you can see, this is a person from Sri Lanka. There were a lot of people from the US. Right now, there was somebody from Budapest, Hungary. So there's always somebody who purchased this, and this plugin just highlights this. And just so you know, this flat out increases your conversion rates by at least 10%, maybe even 15%. So just know if you're already making money with your courses or whatever you sell online, then I really suggest that you invest in a plugin like this. It's not expensive at all. It's like $10, $20 a month maximum, and you'll get a lot of value from it. So once the headline and the first call to action, which are all above the fold, and above the fold means that people can already take an action without scrolling anything. Because the truth is that once people land on a page, a lot of them, maybe 70% of them, won't even scroll down. So think of all this work wasted because people don't scroll. So that's why it's important to have this call to action here immediately. Because once you have somebody who's just curious or even ready to buy, then they're going to click this, and then you can really increase your sales with this one. Before we move forward, I will click this out if that's okay with you. So once we scroll down, and this is the below the fold element. So everything which doesn't need scrolling is above the fold, and anything which needs scrolling is below the fold. So this is below the fold. We immediately start by qualifying the prospect. And as I said, Marie really knows her audience, and that's why she's able to write these quotes, which were taken directly from a testimonial, from a real life discussion with a customer, either by herself or by her customer support agents. But it qualifies several types of people. So people who want an online business but are not making any sales. People who feel like they're not natural born writers, and that a lot of people are like this, believe it or not. Look at this. It takes me forever to write anything. I feel that. A lot of people feel that. A lot of people have blank page syndrome, which is basically they want to write something, they open up the Word document, and then they just stare at it because they don't know how to start. This program is able to help with that. But you need to call it out first. You need to qualify people first. So she goes on to qualify several types. The silence is devastating. Everything got lost. I'm embarrassed to publish them. Think how many people are embarrassed to basically put themselves out there. They know they have something valuable. They want to share it, but they're afraid. They're afraid that they will be called a scam or failure, or they'll be judged. And this pointing out these pain points is the core essence of any types of sales message. Because as I said, you want to take someone and basically move them from their current situation to their ideal situation. Another great example, check this out. I bought my domain 3 years ago, and there it sits all alone, just a blank page. I want to get on with my business and life already. Think of it, these people are craving a solution, but they don't know what type of solution. And that is why the sales page is going to warm them up so that they're ready to get the solution, which is of course the CopyCure. Then we have a lot of these graphical elements, which are you, it's not just you, been there. So basically this is all building trust and building rapport with the reader. After this section, there's a big "you're not alone." And this is very important in copywriting because sure, a lot of people think that, yeah, Marie, it's easy for you. You're such a successful woman. You have this business. You generate millions and millions of dollars with your courses. It's easy for you. I couldn't do that. I could never do that. And it's really important to make people understand that they are not alone. A lot of other people struggle with this. Even Marie struggled with this at some point. And I personally know this as well because I'm a conversion copywriter myself. I struggled with writing. So this is just like a punch. This connects with people and it makes them intrigued and it makes them read on. And that's the most important part. Okay, moving on, there's a testimonial here because at this point, some people might be a little bit skeptical. So Marie immediately puts a testimonial here to show that, yes, this is a reality. This can be a legit solution. Now, this part I'm not going to read out loud. Basically, it's about building more rapport with the audience, highlighting the pains and agitating them so that people really feel the burn, really start feeling like, oh, if I want to change my life, I have to do something. And it's very important to showcase this because otherwise, when people are presented the offer, they will say, yeah, that's nice and everything, but do I really need it? Do I really want to spend money on this? Nah, I'll do it tomorrow, which means they'll never do it. So it's really important to agitate the pain here. And, you know, Marie also sprinkles in a little bit of story about herself, which is all about how copywriting has helped her in her career. And it also builds, this section also builds authority because we can read that she's helped this company and she has this much money experience, reached so many people, helped people in 195 countries. She's been featured on Oprah. And all these things basically, it just highlights that good copy works and she has deep experience in copywriting. And this is one of the things that has helped her, get to the level that she's at right now. So as we scroll through, you can see there's something like, don't believe it? Try out your personality slider below to see just a few different ways to say the same thing. This is a reference to the fact that a lot of people think that copywriting is scammy or, it's hard to nail the tone of voice, and it is. But that's why Marie included something a little bit interactive here, which is both fun, educational, and very important. This also gets people to do a micro commitment. And micro commitments are a very powerful psychological tool, basically. And I won't get into the details right now, but just know that it increases conversions by a lot. And this is basically the same thing as the foot in the door technique. So all those salesmen, old school salesmen, they were, one of the reasons why they were so effective is because they just asked for a glass of water. Can I come in? Can I use your phone? Can I get a glass of water? Something like that. And then once people open the door, once people do something regarding this ask, they approve it, then they're much more likely to do the same thing for a bigger ask as well. As you can see, there's this little game here. And as we move forward, people, at this point feel that, yeah, good copy is important, but they don't really feel how their lives could change because of it. And that's why this section is all about future pacing. And future pacing, again, is a psychological technique in which we paint the dream of how their ideal situation will look like. So even if people are in a current situation, they want to get to an ideal situation, but they don't really have a clear mental picture of how this will look like. And that's the objective of this section. So this could be you. Sales have never been higher. I just edited the copy myself. Twice as many newsletters, increased email just to say thank you. So these go back to the pain points that Marie highlighted a few sections before, and then create a warm, fuzzy feeling around them that the lives of the readers can change if only they use the solution. And this is where, they introduce the solution, which is the CopyCure itself. And this is a very important part in any sales page, in any offer, basically, to build some rapport, highlight the pains, and then introduce the solution. And it has the big name, it has the unique selling proposition, basically everything you need to write words that open hearts and wallets, guaranteed. And a slight description about what this course is. So after this, a lot of people make the mistake of immediately starting to list out features that you have this many hours and you have this included. But ultimately, people don't really care about features. They care about benefits and what they can get, what the features can do for them and their lives. And that's why this is a very well done section, because it focuses all on benefits. So check this out. By the end of this program, you'll be able to, and these are all benefits that people want, Marie's audience wants. Write 2-3 times faster, write joyfully and prolifically, write with clarity and precision, sell without sleaze. These are all things that are on the minds of her target audience, and she gives it to them. She teases that if they take the solution, then they'll be able to have that ideal situation, their desired future state, and they'll have all these benefits. And after the benefits, because at this point, again, some people will start doubting, yeah, but it could never work for me. That's why there's a success story, basically a case study. And notice how this case study is structured. It starts with the pain. I had almost given up. It probably agitates it a little bit. And then it has the solution. Thank God for the CopyCure. And after the solution, it basically describes the outcomes, the ideal situation that this client experienced. And this is very important on any sales page because people will doubt you. So you have to give them something, and you have to give them, social proof, especially at strategic points during the sales page. And these are after introducing your offer, after introducing your pricing table, after introducing your guarantee. These are all friction points where people can fall off. And these are the points where basically the friction is highest. So that's why you have to alleviate this with testimonials or social proof. So after this, we get a more in-depth look of what's included, of what's inside. And these are the features. Like they have streaming videos, MP3s, fun sheets, writing tools, bonuses, plus other bonuses, stuff like that, And this is just a high-level overview of what's included so that people get a better idea of what they get. But it's not enough. And that's why, most of the sales page actually is all about describing all the components of the course. So as you can see, the CopyCure curriculum, and there's module 1. It's a basic overview of what it's included in this module. But again, it's not about features. It doesn't say you get this many hours of video trainings and you get a 187-page ebook and stuff like that. But instead it uses bullets, and these are bullets which are benefit driven, and they're basically like fascinations, like how to leverage the power of empathy and compassion to create raving fans for life. How to write as if you're having a heart-to-heart with your ideal customers without leaving anyone out. So these aren't very tactical things, but they are tied to the end result. They are tied to the ideal situation that we know that the prospect wants. After this first module, you have the second module, all bullets, all, very specific and desirable fascinations that basically build desire. This part builds desire for the product, because at this stage, people are already interested in it. They know that they have a problem. They even know that there's a solution, but now you need to build desire so that they want your solution. And this is the main aim of this section here. And all of the modules are broken down, but it's not enough. And that's why there's a bonus section as well, because people love bonuses. They want additional things. Even if, like, imagine this, if you have the same amount of content in a course, it's much better to give basically half of it as the main course and half of it as a bonus to people, because they feel like they get much more, rather than giving them all in the core course. You have to highlight exclusive things and bonuses that they get. And that's why, you know, Marie highlights how they'll get, you know, this type of bonus, which is valued at $200, how to write high converting copy for your homepage, because she knows that people will want a website, and every website has a homepage, and a homepage is kind of a mystery. A lot of people don't know how to do this correctly, so that's why she included a bonus about this. But then she also knows that people will want to use email marketing in order to sell something online. And that's why, you know, the next bonus is about attention grabbing email subject lines. The next one is about writing tagline formulas. But it's still not enough, because there's exclusive bonuses as well. So even more training, 6 advanced masterclasses. These are for people who want more advanced stuff as well, because these are the fundamentals here about copywriting. But these advanced masterclasses, man, they give real value. And as you can see, there's Joanna Weep here, who's one of the best conversion copywriters out there. She's gonna have a masterclass. You're gonna have one with this person. Then we're gonna have, you know, all topics that are essential to good copywriting and essential to, you know, starting and growing an online business, done by real authorities in this field. This is really valuable, and this section deserves a lot of real estate, a lot of space, because it's important to highlight their true value. And as you can see, there's a messaging masterclass, there's a design masterclass. So this is voice, this is design, this is about email marketing, this is about content marketing, because it's also very important for any online business. There's a storytelling. And there's also an onboarding. This is basically to onboard new subscribers so that they become customers. These things, guys, are very, very valuable, and they are perfect to starting and growing an online business, which basically the CopyCure is a solution to growing an online business. Is it the only solution? No, but it's an important solution. And by choosing these masterclasses, Marie made sure that people really get as much value as possible from it. Not just because they learn how to write better copy, but also how to do stuff which are essential for growing a business from a more practical, from a more pragmatic point of view. But we're still not done, because there are also feedback and critique sessions. Because at this point, people will say, oh my God, there's so much work with this. How do I know if I, you know, do it right? What if, you know, I'm still not a good writer? And that's why, you know, the course includes live Q&A, group coaching sessions where people can get real life feedback on their results directly from Marie or Laura. So this is very important, and this is again very valuable here. And after this, after you've built all this desire, there's the call to action, which is basically a pricing table. And this is very important. You have to have 2 options here, because if you have one option, the main choice that people can make is that they buy or they do not buy. So yes or no. But with this one, they have a different type of choice to make, to buy this one or to buy that one. So they're less likely to think about not buying, and they're more likely to think about which one to choose. And of course, this is the golden standard in online courses. There's the payment plan option and there's the one payment option. Basically, this is a bit more expensive, like 15-20% more expensive, and this is basically if people want to pay in full, they get a slight discount. And, you know, there's also a risk-free guarantee badge here, and all these typical, you know, credibility factor icons here that are important. But a specific guarantee is mentioned as well, and this is a satisfaction guarantee. So it's not just a money-back guarantee, it's not an unconditional money-back guarantee, but it's a satisfaction guarantee. What this means is that people cannot just, you know, get back their money. Usually the gold standard is a 30 or 60-day money-back guarantee. And what this means is that within those 30 to 60 days, if people email customer support that they don't like the course, they'll get their money back. Now, this is different, because this it's only 14 days, and it's more strict, meaning that We also expect you to give it your very best effort. That's why in order to be eligible for the 40-day satisfaction guarantee, you must submit proof that you did the coursework. And this is basically to weed out a certain percentage of people who will always be there, who basically enroll in the course, they don't do anything, they don't even log in maybe, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, they ask for a refund because they're not satisfied with the course, because they feel that they don't like it, but they haven't even tried it yet. So this is to weed out specifically those type of freeloader people who will basically buy your course, trash talk about it, and then ask for a refund. Not even ask for a refund, but they will sometimes go directly to their bank and they would request a chargeback. So it's a bad situation. And this way, Marie she has a big business. She's very comfortable by sacrificing a few sales because of this, but getting higher quality customers and higher quality students because she has a community as well, a community of students, and it's her responsibility to make sure that the people who get into the program are high quality people. So I totally get why she did this. She will lose a few sales because of this, but it's totally fine. The end result will be worth it. Now, after this guarantee section, there's more social proof because at this point, people are still on the fence, and there's case studies of all different types of people who are most related to the ideal audience that Marie has. So there's this person, there's this person, different types of people, different genders, different problems, different struggles, but the same solution. They all had some type of struggle, maybe this or that, but they enrolled into the CopyCure and their problems were solved, and now they're living their ideal situation. So yeah, this is very important, and I love that she didn't only include very short testimonials and very general testimonials like I like this course very much, it's very good, buy it. No. She included real case studies and real mini stories inside these testimonials, and this is very important for good quality testimonials. Now, after this testimonial section, which is very long, but it's okay because she has thousands of students basically, there's a brief summary here. So let's sum it up. Everything you get this, you get this. Again, they're very, very benefit focused. They're not just features, they highlight the benefits as well. You have live Q&A calls, you have all these things, and the total value is around $11,000. Your CopyCure investment, only this much, which is 1/10 of this value. And sure, at this point you can say, is the true value of this $11,000? I don't know, maybe they are really valuable, and probably, you get so many things, especially from the community, that it's worth more than these $1,300. But it's still important to highlight this, even if you cannot objectively measure this, because what this does is called price anchoring. It basically anchors the price, hypes up the value, and then people really feel that, oh my God, these values, I know that I get a lot, but it's super expensive. And then they get a sense of relief when they discover that the real price is only this much compared to the theoretical real value that they get. Now, at this point, a lot of sales pages are over, but not this one because this is a very professional sales page. So then there's a section called Us versus Them. And this is important because at this point, people feel that, oh my God, I really want this. This is good. Yeah, but there's a lot of alternatives out there. Do I really want to learn how to write copy if I want to become successful? What if I just hire someone else? What if I learn this on myself through Google? Because probably all these things are available for free somewhere in the internet. Yeah, and especially for those people, this section is very important. And I also have a section like this on my sales page. So the first alternative is to hire a copywriter. And you have two options here. Hire a big gun who, as I said, is going to charge $10,000, $25,000 plus royalties on a sales page like this one. Or you can hire someone who's, less experienced, but they're still going to be relatively expensive because their rate is going to be around $75 to $250 an hour. But there's a realistic chance that the end result is not going to be as high quality as hiring someone much more expensive, because either they don't nail the tone of voice of your brand, they don't understand your business, they cannot write, they're not so flexible as you might be if it's your business and you know how to write good copy. And it's just, you're gonna need a lot of copy if you have an online business. So having a go-to copywriter is hard because the good ones are hard to book, and they're always raising their rates. They're always getting bigger and bigger projects, and they're also starting their own businesses. So there's a real shortage of real good quality copywriters out there. So these are the alternatives, but this section highlights that a better alternative is to basically try CopyCure and become a copywriter yourself, because it's a skill that makes a lot of money, that's very valuable, and it's going to serve you for the rest of your life for only $1,300. So this section, the aim of this section is to create a kind of a no-brainer effect. And unsurprisingly, when people are at this heightened state of desire and also tension, there's a call to action again, with the two choices. And this is very important. I think a lot of people will buy at this call to action box, but it's still not done, because a lot of people will still be on the fence. And Marie even asked it, still on the fence? Here's what CopyCure students have to say. And again, more testimonials, and this is more dynamic. The main reason being that having only static testimonials can make some people to lose interest. So as they're scrolling through, they might scroll through this and they will see that something's moving and it immediately catches attention. And they'll probably read it much more than the previous testimonials. Like these long testimonials, I don't think that most people are going to read all of them. Some people might, we haven't had the time to read them all, but these are very short snippets out of testimonials. This is just to give that final push, that knock them off the fence type of effect to people who are when they're at this point in the page, they're obviously very, very interested. They just have some extra, some one less amount of fear inside them. And this testimonial, 100% go for it. It's the best investment you can give to your business. These are all specific testimonials for people who are very, very close to buying. And also there's this basically unique selling proposition as well. There's simply no other business writing course that will be as power-packed, entertaining, and result-focused that can help you write high-converting copy in your unique voice. Get started now, this call to action. And then there's, this is called the sign off, the final sign off. Basically, it's just a reiteration of why it's a mistake to not get this, how life will basically look like if they don't take it. And it's totally risk-free because they have a satisfaction guarantee. And basically people don't have anything to lose, but they have everything to gain. A nice picture of Marie, happy and looking forward to the future. And then, some Q&As, because some people will always think like they're a special snowflake, and they're going to ask like, okay, but if I'm this, will this apply to me? Will this help me? All these things that Marie discovered that people are asking her. These questions aren't just random. They're prioritized from speaking to hundreds or thousands of customers and interested people. And if they found something which comes up a lot, then they've included it here. There's a lot of questions actually. And after the question section, there's one more call to action section, and basically that's it. As you can see, this is a really long sales page, but I can tell you for a fact that Marie is probably generating several millions of dollars worth of sales each time she opens her course. And the main reason for this is because this sales page is specifically engineered to convert interested, so warm leads, into buyers and customers basically. And I would say that this sales page probably has a conversion rate of something between 5 to 10%, and that's really high compared to the average sales pages which convert at 1 to 2%. Obviously, it doesn't do it on its own only, because there's a funnel. People are introduced to Marie's content. There are email sequences that also, link to this sales page. It's very important for any launch. But the sales page itself, it's like Atlas. It's carrying the weight of the whole world on its shoulders, and it does it really, really well. So that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up below. Also, if you're new here, if you haven't subscribed yet, then feel free to subscribe, because I'll be releasing videos such as this one on a regular basis, and that way you'll be the first one to know. Also, if you want to learn more about copywriting and conversion rate optimization, then feel free to check out my website at gameofconversions.com. And if you're feeling adventurous, then you can even subscribe to my exclusive newsletter, because I'll be sharing more cool stuff there as well. And finally, leave a comment below. Let me know what you enjoyed the most. Let me know how your sales pages are constructed, and the #1 lesson that you learned from this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.